break in this new stadium last Sunday night against the Cowboys. Now it's the Chargers' turn as you get a look at the brand-new SoFi Stadium here in Inglewood. Today, it's a matchup in the AFC West between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Los Angeles Chargers. The first game's out of the way. Time to buckle down for the long season ahead, and we're off in Week 2. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
They'll run with a former Super Bowl hero. It's James White. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's 2nd down.
25-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Out of the gun, Bridgewater. Oh, ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked by the rookie Kyle Duggar. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line.
Intercepted.
Offensively, a far from ideal start there with a pick on the opening drive.
Yeah, not exactly what they were looking for. We know that. That's pretty obvious. The beauty, though, is it's happening early. If they don't panic, they don't compound this problem, they've got a long way to go and a chance to get back in it.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. That good for 19 at a 1st down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
And down inside the 15 he goes. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
1st and 10.
That's a very nice game there. A confidence-building run. Love the execution up front, and the way he pressed the hole, absolutely perfect.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. The first carry for the shifty Tariq Cohen. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11.
Darren Lee on the tackle. It's a pick.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
At the Chiefs' 11-yard line.
Inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds, right at the 3. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only are they controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the 2nd and the 3rd levels. You know, get to the linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. Elliott, toss right. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal.
brings up
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
They'll run for it with Tariq Cohen. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Tariq Cohen, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Chargers have taken a first-quarter lead. His kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game.
Mason Crosby set to kick off.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. Fielded in the end zone. And he returns this to the 22.
Wilson Smith on the return. The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Off the play fake. Bridgewater. And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards the pick up there.
3 yards. 1st down, Kansas City.
First and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. On the handoff, this is White. And he works his way forward for about 4 up to the midfield stripe.
Jacob Phillips.
Brandon, we just saw the benefits of being able to run the ball successfully. They pick up 4 yards on that carry. So now if you're a play caller, you can do just about anything you want. But on the defensive side of the ball, you scramble a little bit. Now you're behind trying to figure out, do I need to blitz him? Do I need to pressure him? How do I gain an advantage on this snap? As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts.
And look at this. It's a fake. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt. It doesn't work out. And this defense will take over right at midfield. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
And 11 at their 48-yard line.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Counter, Elliott. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. A gain of 13. It's a first down. They're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far.
Ezekiel Elliott going to take it the distance. Touchdown, Elliott! Ezekiel Elliott, 39 yards. And the Chargers are going to add on to their lead.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
No real hesitation from Anthony Lynn. They're going to go for 2. They'll let Elliott try and run it in. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line.
Well, partner, since this new two-point rule came into play, offenses spend a lot more time working on it. That means the defenses are doing the exact same thing.
They'll run here with Raheem Mostert. Taken in the end zone. And he's going to be taken down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 12-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They start to drive with White. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
On 2nd and 11 now. Bridgewater. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. He's picked off just shy of midfield. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception. Anthony Barr got a real education at UCLA in playing not just his normal position of stand-up outside linebacker, but down defensive end. So he had to incorporate a variety of moves, take on bigger people. So he learned great leverage while he was there. That really helps him when he's trying to stop people running the ball.
Born in South Bend, Indiana. Thought about going back to go to Notre Dame, but you're right. Great career at UCLA and now a great career in the NFL.
3rd and 8.
Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8. Out of the gun, Newton. The Kansas City defense tough to throw on there, and now it's 4th down.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces them to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
Smith on the return. The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Throwing again on second down. Bridgewater. This is White on the screen. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6. From the gun, Bridgewater. Oh, Bridgewater intercepted for the third time. Picked off around the 27. And he will score. Touchdown, LA.
Mason Crosby for the extra point.
So that's now 3 first-half interceptions, and that last one even costly as it's returned for 6 points. So as a quarterback, how do you regain your focus?
Well, QB 101 says you never show them that you're sweating. Still act like you're the guy, that you've thrown 6 touchdown passes, not 3 interceptions. But he's human. He's got to face up to his teammates. He's got to own up to that. See if he can brace up and also not look over his shoulder and see his backup starting to warm up. It's going to be a tough one for him.
1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay,
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
First down, here's White. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Bridgewater now. He's got Burton here.
Bridgewater's pass.
Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
A 3-yard.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost as bread and butter as a good running back dive play.
On 3rd down, Bridgewater. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. He's picked up at his own 47. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line.
Intercepted. The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
First down, a run with Cohen. Tackle made that time by Anthony Barr.
Cohen, the ball carrier.
You know, it's not just all athleticism from defensive linemen. Let's give them a little credit for their football intelligence as well. Read and react by them, understood the play call, and stacked it up and stuffed the run.
Still 9 yards to go on 2nd down from the 27. Now a play fake, and it's Newton. Sliding out of the pocket. Coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Joe Schobert. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 6-yard line.
That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. Play action now. Bridgewater. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And they'll get him down up past the 15, just shy of the 20. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
A gain of 13.
It's been a very one-sided game so far. They got to change what they're doing right now, don't they? You can't wait till the halftime speech to make an adjustment.
No, you can't, because if you're doing it right, you're adjusting from series to series, and they need a big adjustment here to try to put some points on the board.
The first play of the drive there is incomplete.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a flat shit sooner, it may have been a fumble.
Incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. To the air again with Bridgewater. Eluding the pressure right. And now here's another interception. Picked off here to 29. This is going to be a Charger touchdown. Big play there by the rookie. An interception followed by the return for 6 points.
If you want to be accepted by your teammates and coaching staff, make plays like that.
Crosby connects on the extra point, and the route is on here in this first half.
Chiefs, nothing.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And with still more than a minute to go in the half, time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
It's 2nd.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Yeah, he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
8-yard pickup.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. To throw is Bridgewater. And his throw is going to be incomplete. The intended target there was Jason Kroon. And it's 2nd down. I hate to sound really negative, but at this point, an incomplete pass, almost a moral victory that it's not picked off.
Well, you may hate to sound negative, but that was negative.
It was very negative, I know, but all these first-half interceptions, it's been tough to watch.
Yeah, couldn't find a silver lining in this one, much more like lead.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. He finds Smith out of the backfield. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 37. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Looking deep in the direction of Cooper. And caught by Cooper for a Kansas City touchdown. Amari Cooper. As the first half is winding down, and the Chiefs are able to cut into this lead. He's got it to bring it back to 28-7 now.
Makes the score Chargers 28, Chiefs 7. Robbie Gould set to kick off.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game.
Robbie Gould set to kick off.
So the Chargers will start the second half with the lead and the football as we're underway in the third quarter. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Again, it's Elliott. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
The ball carrier.
No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation.
Brings up 3rd down and 9.
From the gun, here's Newton. He'll have a first down past the 40 and all the way up to the 45-yard line. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down. A first down carry by Elliott. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for second down.
He's brought down back at the 40-yard line.
And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage, it'll be back at the 36. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And it's 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Newton. And Ingram rolls it in. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 42. 3rd and 19, no problem as they're able to convert. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging into our second half blowout material. Now back to the ground with Elliott. Not much there, maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40.
Elliott, the ball carrier.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They go to Elliott again. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. They give those 2 yards right back, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 10.
3rd and 10.
Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Newton. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Joe Schobert. And a great return as he takes us up just shy of the 45. Pretty much everything went their way offensively in the first half, but now an interception on the opening drive of the 3rd quarter.
As we know, the key to everything here, don't get careless with the football. The problem is you've got to stay aggressive as well. So where's the line between being aggressive and attacking and being overly...
And my goodness, another interception. It's picked by the linebacker, T.J. Watt, and he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 49-yard line.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now a shotgun handoff to Cohen. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
The ball carrier.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
Anthony Lynn says now's the time. His guy's going on 4th down. On 4th down, Newton. That's to his running back, complete. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. Well, you feel the excitement build on those 4th down plays. Defense has to stay out there, but for the offense, when that thing doesn't work out, such disappointment.
It can absolutely be a deflator, but how about the defensive guys? If they stop you on 4th down, they are absolutely elevated going to their bench. They're
elevated now. Big stop on 4th down. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
On 2nd down, Bridgewater again. And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 49. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
Michael Gallup. A gain of 4.
2nd and 6.
At the Chiefs' 40-yard line.
They run the counter. Elliott, and he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with this 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Chargers on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. From the gun, Newton finds his tight end Ingram. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 14 yards is the pickup there and a Charger first down.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds it for the first down.
On first down, it's Elliott. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26.
He was brought down at the 26.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge. So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
After the run, Newton going to throw. Able to find Isabella. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. That one good for 13 and a Charger first.
First and 10.
Well, remember, they tried to give him the ball and let him run on the last play, but I think the light bulb went off in their play caller's mind, and this time they get it to him the more conventional way, and it's much more successful as well.
A 20th carry here for Elliott. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Elliott, and he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And that'll bring up a third down. A give to Elliott. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. The gain of 5 that time gives him the conversion and makes it first and goal. So another third down conversion, and now they've got a first and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Brings up second and goal at the 2-yard line.
They'll try the air now with Newton. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Andy Isabella was the intended target, but now it's third and goal.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
Big play coming here. It's third and goal. They'll try to run it in with Elliott. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Chargers. Ezekiel Elliott with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. The Chargers, they're able to widen their lead.
That's good.
Extra point up and good by Crosby. And that'll increase their lead to 28. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23.
Take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we're having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And if we kept having a rough patch, he said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off right around the free. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
On second down, Elliott. And he will get enough for a first down, and that will lead us to the 2-minute warning. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here. 1st and 10. They'll run on first down. Cohen. He will push his way down to about the 14. Zach Cunningham, the leading tackler in the AFC in 2019, is there defensively. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
14-yard line.
Play action. It's Newton. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
Things are rocking easy here in the fourth quarter. They've got to feel pretty good about this one. Actually, they've got to feel excellent. Tough loss in the opener. No way they wanted to go 0-2.
I don't want to read too much into it, but psychologically, is there something much bigger about 0-2 than 0-1?
Oh, without a doubt. And here's the biggest one. Guys like you and me, all the media are going to talk about, well, you know how hard it is to make the playoffs when you start 0-2, and that starts to work its way through a team.
And now they're working towards 1-1. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. Fielded in the end zone. And Smith chooses not to return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25.
Their own 25-yard line.
The Chiefs' offense about set to begin this drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that, and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team, and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward. Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for 2nd down. They'll roll him out right. He's going to let it fly. And it's knocked away and incomplete. The surprise 2nd-round pick, Sean Bunting there to get a hand in.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them.
And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 33. And a return will stop right around the 25. The utter domination here just continues. This defense, I don't know what more we can say all around about their performance.
Well, it certainly feels in this game like maybe they're facing a Canadian defense. 12 guys on the field. It feels like there's an extra on every snap because they have really struggled to make headway through the air.
First down. It's Cohen. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up 1st and goal. Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And then when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. They fake the give. Newton. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. J.C. Jackson there defensively to knock it away.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal. They run the counter. Elliott. And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. This offense certainly looking a lot more comfortable here at home. They lost last week in the opener on the road, but there's something about that home opener makes you feel more settled. Yeah, I wish we could quantify it, too, because you're playing the same game. The field's the same, size. We know all of that. But being at home, sometimes when you do things well, you get that extra push from your home fans, and it elevates your game. And in the driver's seat right now. Now, these have been no picnic for him so far. He's missed 2, but this one is good.
49. Chiefs 7. Mason Crosby set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. Taken in the end zone. And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line.
And they take a knee.
Bridgewater on the keeper. A loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 10-yard line.
A big offensive explosion help leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So, for the Chargers, they make amends for their Week 1 loss by winning their home opener. So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. So long, everybody.